The Fiji Rugby Union is expected to re-advertise the position of its Chief Executive Officer. FRU earlier said that 3 candidates have been shortlisted for the job. It's believed that at today's FRU board meeting, it was decided that the post be re-advertised. In the meantime, Dr. Bulletin will remain as the acting CEO of the Rugby House. Nothing was said regarding the sponsorship for this year.
The board will have a press conference next Friday. We'll be answering all the big questions you've been asking us. 1, sponsorship. Number 2, CEO position. So, as many board members will be attending that press conference.
Pio Tuai has been retained by Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan in his 17-member squad to return to camp next Tuesday. It's becoming more clear Ryan isn't taking any players that fall short of his selection criteria. On a more personal note, Ryan is officially an employee of the Fiji Rugby Union.
It's been 3 days since Fiji One broke the news on Ben Ryan's volunteer work as Sevens coach since October. That will soon be no more.
I think we get paid every 2 weeks in Fiji, so next time that payroll is, I'll be paid.
Ryan, a much more relieved employee, as he's now on payroll after signing his contract last week Thursday.
I signed a contract that starts on the 2nd of January, so I've got, I'm very happy and excited to sign the contract now and get things moving.
That meant announcing the trimmed 17 instead of 16 players today. Chasa Veremalua, the biggest casualty, believed to have been dropped by a much more fitter returning flying Fijian, Levan Imbotia.
I think he's quite at the level of fitness that's required. He's still coming back from a fairly serious knee injury. He's not quite there yet. And in training, he wasn't quite making the impact on the field that some of the other forwards were making.
Vudang Ombaini Tambua has forced his way into field for injuries, while Ryan continues to wait for Pio Tuai.
He's desperately keen to come back into training camp, and he's just waiting for his wife's family to come to take over and support his wife so that he can come and join camp.
Tuai is expected to join camp when the squad returns on Tuesday. William Tambuya, Fiji One News.
Ryan was on hand to receive another vehicle from Carpenters Motors while at the Sevens team squad announcement. It's certainly great news for FRU. This is the second vehicle Rugby House has received since the Englishman came on board in October.
It's swapping and changing the cars. I just need a car to get me around, and I've got that. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, so very grateful for Carpenter Motors for their support.
The Maris Rugby Sevens tournament this year is expected to attract many top teams from around the country and overseas. The tournament, scheduled for March this year, was officially launched today.
With the theme The Search for Rio, the 38th Fiji Beta Marist Sevens was officially launched today.
Fiji Marist Sevens is the pinnacle of rugby in this country, and those that played and win the tournament are deemed the kings of the country.
Marist Sevens is the oldest Sevens tournament in the country, and what better way to officially launch the tournament than to have Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan as the special guest.
Tournaments like this are fairly unique globally, so lots of countries have big domestic tournaments, but none have the number and the standard that Fiji have.
The partnership of Marist Rugby Club and Foster's Group seems to be strengthening each year. The sponsors again backing the tournament for $35,000.
Sevens plays a very important part in Fiji, and sports plays a very important part in Fiji. We Fijians, we're passionate about sports, and particularly sevens, because sevens has brought Fiji to the limelight of sporting in the world.
Marist Sevens will also allow Sevens coach Ben Ryan to take a closer look at the players for the IRB World Sevens Series.
Fiji Rugby is very lucky that we have incredible domestic tournaments on our doorstep almost every weekend to allow us to help with our talent identification and player identification.
Marist Sevens will also allow Sevens coach Ben Ryan to take a closer look at the players for the IRB World Sevens Series. And as usual, the Marist Sevens is expected to draw huge interest from clubs wanting to be part of the tournament.
Fiji Marist Sevens strength has always been about club rugby, and we thank you for showing encouragement here today by allowing the national players to actually go back to the club and provide impetus and strength and a sense of rewarding for the club to come and participate in Fiji Marist Sevens.
The Marist Sevens will be held on March 7th and 8th at the INZ Stadium. Irfan Khan, Fiji One News.
38 teams are gunning for the $5,000 prize money up for grabs at the Ulu Nakau Sevens. Competition kicked off today. Organisers were thrilled at the turnout, which included some big names like Red Rock, Army, Nambua, Yamadhia and Wardens. They expect an even bigger crowd tomorrow.
It was excellent weather condition and excellent turf and excellent crowd. We got a good crowd also. It's the first day that we were overwhelmed and we were very surprised with the turnout of the teams.
Kolinivalu commended the fitness displayed by the teams and says they expect stiff competition tomorrow.
We know that it's all a festive season, but we can see that most players are disciplined themselves now. They keep on training on the off-season training, so which is a good sign for future rugby.
Looking at some of the results from today's matches, Wardens Gold thrashed Nandera 29-0, Red Rock beat Baby Senivaivai 17-7, Army beat Ulinakau 2 28-12, and Nambua had a draw game with Dhuvu 7-all. Fiji Football Association is eyeing a bright start to the new season. They hope the opening leg of the CVC series tomorrow will set a good platform for 2014.
The new football season is set to kick off this weekend.
We are fully prepared. The teams are preparing well for the champion Pilagaman's CVC, which should kick off this Saturday. And the lull period that we had over the Christmas, I think, has helped to build up the momentum, and the two teams are raring to get into the field now.
It starts with the Pilles Gaman CVC series where holders Ba face underdogs Nandi.
Got a feedback from Nandi and Ba both that they were going to start this weekend, or last Monday, and I'm sure they are taking it seriously because it's not going to be an easy sort of flow for anybody. Both teams are raring to become the champion, and both are very strong teams.
With lots of talk going around on the preparation, Fiji FA is hoping for a good start and show from the two teams involved.
Well, it will be a sparkling start with a cracker. The two top teams are playing and they're playing in the West. So first week in India and the week after in Ba. So the expectations are high. There's a lot of talk outside as to who will become the champion.
Fans will also be in action for high-quality football, knowing the rivalry between the two sides.
Then in the IDC, you would say that Ba overcame Nandi, and then in the Pacific Cup, Nandi beat Ba. So there have been a touch-and-go situation. And the fans that come to the ground will definitely will be expecting a superior performance, and I'm sure they will get that.
The 17-time champions Ba will carry the favourite stake into the opening round at Prince Charles Park on Saturday. Irfan Khan, Fiji One News.
Manchester City are on track to play in the League Cup final after trouncing West Ham yesterday. City thrashed the Londoners 6-0 in the first leg of their semi-final, with Alvaro Negredo scoring his hat-trick in the match.
This is Alvaro Negredo, 2. He is lethal. Here's Toure, frightening sight for defender. Yaya Toure makes it 3 for Manchester City. Dzeko and Silva, and it's Negredo, and it's a hat-trick.
As City kept clocking on the goal, West Ham manager Sam Allardyce says his team could not compete with the quality and talent of Manchester City. Young volleyball enthusiasts in the country have something to look forward to this season. This is after ONOC Executive Director Dennis Miller sent off former St. Joseph's volleyball player Veronica Ngalo on a full 3-year scholarship to USA earlier this week. Doors are still open for students who will produce the results both academically and on the field.
Just by way of background, this scholarship program has been running for a few years now, and we've had a number of athletes in different sports at different colleges, junior colleges.
Swimmers and basketballers are also part of the program, studying in Lake Community and junior colleges in Iowa, and track and field athletes in New Mexico. Save the Children of Fiji were honored to win an International Olympic trophy for promoting healthy lifestyle in young people. FASNOC nominated the body to IOC for its Race for Survival event and advocacy program last year. The race involved 6 primary schools, local celebrities and a media team that ran a 1,500-meter relay at ANZ Stadium in Suva last year.
We've worked really closely with 6 schools. We worked closely with the Suva Primary Athletics Association. So the way in which we work is through that collaboration, so it's that building of friendship, looking, like the pursuance of excellence is not just us. We're giving meaning to those words in terms of we work with other partners.
And for the first time, Bowls Fiji could have a national coach that will prepare the team for the 2015 Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea. And after their fine performance in the last Pacific Games outing, officials have received interest from overseas coaches.
Just like any other sport in Fiji, Bowls Fiji will soon start looking for a qualified overseas-based coach as they turn their focus to the Pacific Games next year.
We plan to also, if given the opportunity and the budget allows us, to have an international coach in as well to get the team ready.
This will be the first time Bowls will have a national coach. With 21 tournaments now in their calendar, one of the former champion will head the Triples team to the Tiger Bowls Championships.
We have international, we have the invitation from Tiger Bowls for Hong Kong and China. We will send a team there, and that will be led by Ratish Lal. Then we have the international that's going to be the World Indoor Cup in Warilla. We are yet to finalize the participants for that, and that will happen shortly.
It's surely to be a challenging season for the bowlers, who are hoping to make their cut into the extended squad for the Pacific Games.
We are looking at the competitions this year as very competitive compared to last year, because the bowlers who had sort of taken a short break into competitive bowls would like, and who are aspiring to be in the national team next year, will definitely have to pick up the game.
Hope for the best as Bowls Fiji set their goal for 2015 Pacific Games. Vashnil Prasad, Fiji One News.
And that's all for sports this evening. Thanks, Vili. Back to you.
Thanks, Drew. You have a great weekend.
You too.
Stay with us. We have world news after the break.